G'day everybody, welcome back to another edition of Dix and Shane Do Whangarei. We're up here at Big Door today with Brendon
hello
from
there.
Big Door Recording Studios. Yes. So Brendon, so Big Door was established back in 2007. So how's it been since then?
Oh, it's been really good. It's a great little place where people come and hang out and spend a lot of time here.
What sort of people have you had through here?
Every kind of people you could imagine. yeah. Heavy metal bands to the classical players to the jazz guys, and then the little kids just starting to learn.
What sort of ages do you get the kids starting?
Most of the teachers here will start them from about 5 or so onwards.
Oh yeah.
And in special occasions maybe younger. So.
Yes, and what sort of instruments are they starting off with?
Drums, piano, guitar mostly. We don't have any violin teachers or anything like that here. Yeah, a lot of the violin teachers will start them at 3.
Really?
So, yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Well, how many rooms have you got out there?
There's a drum room, and there's a guitar room, a piano room, and then another general use room which can be any instrument. So we have flute, saxophone, guitar, any of the overflow from the other teachers that need some more space. And that other room's also quite a large room, so it gets used for band rehearsals after hours.
Right. Yeah. Excellent.
And then we have the room that we're sitting in now, which is the control room.
It's one of my favourite places to be in a recording studio.
Yeah, good fun.
You've been recording something called Fritter.
Yeah, the Fritter's a really fun project that the Wards Music sponsors. Just giving the musicians somewhere to actually release their music. A lot of people have songs going around their heads and they do recordings, but they have nothing to actually do with it once they're finished.
Yeah.
So the Fritter project was just a way of giving people a deadline, really. Once you've got a deadline, you actually finish a project and hand it in. And we've done 5 of those different Fritter albums, compilation every year. And from there, a lot of the people that were on the first one and second one are all gone off to become professional musicians.
Excellent.
So yeah, it's a really good, fun project to be part of.
So Big Door Recording Studio is actually a really good platform to start from.
Yeah,
and you can go from there.
We do accept any recording, so if someone's done something at home, they're most welcome to hand it in. But a majority of the songs that go on the Fritter have been through here in some form or another, whether it be the mixing, the mastering, or the recording.
Is there another Fritter album coming out this year?
We hope to. We usually fill up the CD as much as we can, so you get 80 minutes on a disc, and we try and fill it. So to get 20-25 bands onto one disc, you need 40 or so to hand their music in. And we usually give good constructive criticism of those ones that didn't get in, so that the next time they get in, apply, they can hopefully make it onto the album, the next one too.
Awesome, because you can only get better through making mistakes.
That's right. That's how you learn.
So what sort of recording programs are you using at the moment, or what do you find the most popular?
I use Cubase myself because I run a PC, and the Cubase will run really nicely on a PC or a Mac. Logic only runs on a Macintosh, so you have to have a Mac to run it.
Yes.
I started on Logic, I know it really well. It's
cool.
a good piece of software, but I just headed down the PC path, and so I changed my software instead of changing my hardware. One of the pieces of software we use is called Reason, which is a way of creating drums, fake bass, fake violins, and all the rest of it.
Sort of dubstep drum?
Whichever style of music you
want to do.
It's all. You're just basically given a whole bunch of individual samples. So you have a kick drum sample, snare drum sample, hi-hat sample, etc. And you place it in there and how you want it to sound. So that is really like PlayStation, but you end up with a song at the end of it instead of a high score.
Awesome.
So we do find a lot of people using Fruity Loops and some of those ones like that. You get to a certain level in those pieces of software that you can learn your music and you can learn how to create songs, but to get it to that little X factor level that makes you professional, they usually end up having to move on to something else to get there.
Yeah.
Here we have a good range of microphones.
Excellent.
So, and I have pairs, so some AKG, some Sennheiser, some Neumann, some big names in the microphones. And
so those are the most popular ones?
Respected.
Okay.
Yeah. Everybody has their favourites, and I find that you have microphones that are well suited to different things. So you can have a really bright sounding microphone.
Yep.
So it's quite often good to record mellow sounding instruments with it.
Oh, okay. Like woodwind sort of.
Yeah. So if you have like a mellow organ, but you have a nice bright microphone,
Yep.
They even out each other. If you have a really high pitch sound and you're using a really bright sounding mic, it adds to itself and you get a very harsh sound.
Yeah.
So matching your microphones to what you're actually recording is an important part, and that just comes with experience.
Yeah.
And having a variety of microphones so you can always get the best result is really important. So that's often what the home studios lack, is they don't always have a big lot of microphones to choose from. They usually just have one mic and it does everything.
So do you get a lot of customers coming in asking you for advice on how to build a good home studio?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Then we do go out to their place and help them set it up and advise them about where speakers can go and all that sort of stuff. And we do it for schools as well. So a lot of schools have had their studios designed and fitted out by us as well. So
Sweet.
Things like this little wall behind us that are an important feature of the sound of the room.
Alright, so that reflects the sound back?
Yeah, it reflects it back to you, but not directly back to you. It disperses it out in all sorts of directions. So.
Do you get people still using egg cartons?
Yeah, you do, but there's some good reasons why they don't necessarily work. They just look like they work. Bedding sponge doesn't stick it straight to the wall and it soaks the sound up. Whereas the egg cartons, the sound goes through it, hits the wall, bounces back. So there's lots of little tricks you can use out of stuff that you've got already to create a good little sounding space for yourself at home.
Yep.
And if people use the same software as me, which quite a few people do, they can bring me the folder and I can go through and edit their recording.
When they bring their stuff in, what sort of quality are you getting versus what you can do to it?
It really depends on the knowledge of the person that is doing the project for them, give it back, and then talk about maybe next time you record the guitar, position the microphone in this other place.
Okay.
So the next song they bring me, the guitar sounds better and it's easier to work with. And then we'll talk about how maybe the bass tone could be a little bit different. So the next one they bring me, it's better. So each song they've brought me, that's got better and better and better. And we've got some songs sort of over a 4-year period up to amazing broadcast quality stuff that's been done at home. For all the piano lessons that happen, we have the wall covered in absorbent material, so it's nice tone inside of there. And we have a matching size room behind us for the guitars. These rooms are used pretty much every day from about 3 o'clock in the afternoon when school finishes right through to 8 o'clock at night, so a lot of the teachers are working that period of time every day. Through to the rehearsal space, which is also used for some lessons. So this is a nice big space in here for bands to play, and it instantly sounds different when you walk in here too. It's when you get yourself a little bunch of groupies watching the rehearsal, sometimes it's quite fun. And the noise from outside doesn't bother the bands playing in here. A little mixer in here and a couple of speakers, so generally the stuff that gets played back through would be just the vocals or some keyboards or guitar coming back through. Often you need 3 times, 4 times the power in a bass rig to be as loud as a guitarist. Amps are getting more powerful for their size these days too, so you get a good little 60 watt guitar amp and pick it up with one hand and you can be loud enough for your whole gig. Bands have set up their gear like if they see on old videos, have all the amps facing forwards out to the audience, but these days it shouldn't be done like that. You should aim the amps back towards yourselves on stage, and then the audience hears you from the PA system. So everyone on stage now should be able to bring their levels down and down and down because your amps are facing towards you. It's actually very hard for drummers to play softly. The softer you play, the harder it is to keep time. So if you find a drummer that plays softly and in time, it's good. So this is where the musicians will play the instruments that we record, and it also doubles as a drum lessons area. Oh, thanks for coming along and looking at this video and show you guys all the different things that we have in this place. It's a fun spot to be in, and once you've been up here a little while, you start to take advantage of it yourself and use it for what you want. So pop in and see us, and we'll have to show you around the place.